Magic Words. Book by Tim David. Chapter 3. The Magic of But. Another small, simple word with great power and influence. Think about the time you felt rejected, either by a partner or a future employer. You may have heard something along the lines of, "You're a great person, but you just aren't the right fit." Which part of the conversation will you remember? You certainly won't remember the part that told you how great of a person you are. Instead, your brain focuses on everything that came after the word "but." By using the word "but," you decrease the impact of anything that was said prior. This effect is called the "but eraser." In other words, whatever comes before "but" is completely ignored, especially if it's the exact opposite statement of what came before. On the other hand, the "but enhancer" is the theory that everything that comes after "but" is what people focus on. Therefore, you should start communicating with the information that you want the person to forget, then use a "but" and end with the information that you want them to remember. For instance, when trying to sell life insurance, a salesperson could say, "I know you can't buy life insurance right now, but I want you to think about the benefits of this to your family." The potential buyer will forget that they can't afford it, but if they think about the benefits, they will be more likely to say yes and make it work for them. Additionally, your business might rely on donations, so you could approach future donors by saying, "I know everyone is asking you for money this time of year, but you're one of our best donors." By starting with the negative and ending with the positive, you'll be more likely to see success and get the results you want. One of the biggest responses people in business get is the dreaded, "I'd like to, but I can't." They'd like to buy from you and help you out in some way, but they can't. So how can you combat this? You can use the technique "but reversal." Repeat back what the person said, but with a small adjustment. For example, you could say, "You can't, but you'd love to?" This reversal focuses on the positive part of the interaction, and while it may not garner more successful results, it will at least change the person's feelings about the interaction. Another technique you can use is to replace "but" with "and." This technique is called "and linking." So for example, let's say you work for a gym and a person comes in to discuss joining. Your job is to get that person to commit to joining, and perhaps you want to convince them to choose a longer commitment or a higher monthly rate. How can you use "and linking" to your advantage? Instead of simply discussing numbers and showing them the different packages, you could say, "Let me show you around our gym, and then we can look at some numbers." This usually leads to a yes from the potential buyer, and remember, the more yes you get, the more likely you'll see success.